Welcome back, everybody, to the Los Angeles Angels MLB The Show 24 franchise rebuild. Today, we kickstart things at home and our home opener against the Boston Red Sox. Our first time playing here in Anaheim at Angels Stadium. The Red Sox come in at 4-3 behind some early batting success behind Rafi Devers, CJ Cron, and Trevor Story, all of whom are averaging .270 batting or better with really good slugging as well. But we would end up losing the series against Baltimore behind 2 one-run losses, but we would rebound with a series win against the Marlins with 2 really low-scoring wins and then a loss in Game 3 where the Marlins would avoid the sweep. We are now 3-3 out of that series win against Miami, so up against Boston, we're coming in with 2 players playing very well. That is Logan O'Hoppe and Mike Trout, both of whom are batting over 400 on the season and slugging over like 65 or 650. Meanwhile, Zach Plesac, Griffin Canning, both off to pretty strong starts in their initial appearances, while Sandoval had a very rough second outing against the Marlins. But today, it is going to be our first look at Reed Detmers, who's going to get the start against the Red Sox in Game 1 of this home series. So here we go at Angels Stadium for the first time. So as I said, it's Reed Detmers on the mound today, his second start of the season. But last year, he went 4-10 and could really use some better numbers, especially with that whip at being 1.35. That is a little bit too high for my liking, so hoping for him to bring that down today. He's a young pitcher, only 24 years old, and he opens against Jarren Duran, the center fielder here in Boston, as he looks at ball 1, the outside slider. 1-0 count, and Duran gets a piece of it, and it stays fair. That is not how you want to start the ball game, especially in your home opener. But Duran, 360 off the foul pole, and just like that, we are now losing 1-0. Just left the, I think it was a sweeping curve or just an off-speed pitch right over the heart of the plate, and that's too easy. The second batter, Vaughn Grissom, batting .238 to start his campaign, and he grounds it right to Shohei at first base for the first out. This is Masataka Yoshida. He sends a flare to left center field, and that one plops down. Trout gets a hold of it, but a man on base for the Red Sox. So now Rafi Devers batting cleanup. And he sends it right to Zach Neto. A double play ball. And he makes the right call there. Stepping on the bag and making the throw to first. So we escape the first inning after a really poor start. But 1-0, hoping to bounce back. Gonna face Lucas Giolito today, who in his first start, pitched a 7-inning shutout. That's not good when we got already come back in this game, but Shohei starts off with the base hit. So 1 runner on, nobody out. Next up is Anthony Rendon. Same lineup as our season opener. Haven't changed our lineup just yet, and we're facing another righty. But Rendon having some issues here with the ball matching the color of the sky when it's coming off the pitcher's hand, and it's hard to see it. I was having some problems trying to figure out the camera here, so I changed it when Mike Trout came to bat, but this is not going to work, as Trout is down on strikes. Second straight strikeout to start the day for Giolito, and now a pop-out from Sano. So an easy one to corral for the second baseman, Vaughn Grissom, and not the best start. But once I get that camera fixed, we'll figure things out. I go top of the second. Even count for Tristan Casas, and he is down on strikes. A low slider got him. Next up, DH CJ Crone. And that one gets down. Trout can't get there in time. So, another single for Boston. This is Trevor Story, who is walked. So, now 2 men on base. And that brings up Tyler ONeal, who sends a shot to left center. And it gets by Trout. This will score at least 2 runs as ONeal has a stand-up double. An RBI double at that. The 3-0 Boston. A lot of contact here on Detmers thus far. Reese McGuire, the catcher, next up. He's been off to a pretty strong start. .318 average through the first handful of games. And Detmers just loses control. And now 2 men back on base. 1 in scoring position. Duran sends it to left field. And that will get ONeal home. The runners hold on first and second. But Boston tacks on another run to their early lead. On Grissom already back up. And that one is grounded right to Moniak. And nobody scores, but base is loaded for Detmers with only 1 out. Yoshida back at the plate. And that gets over the head of Rendon. And that's going to score at least 2 more runs. And they're going to have to hold at the corners. But an ugly start to this home opener. And at this point, I was trying to get Zach Plesac warmed up, but that takes a while. Next up, Rafi Devers, and he sends it to right field with a blast over the wall, and it's gone. A 3-run shot, and it's 9-0. Not even through 2 full innings. At this point, I knew that I had to get Plesac in the ballgame no matter what, so Detmers' day is done, and comes Zach Plesac for hopefully a while. Do not want to have to go to our bullpen any more than we already have, especially this early in the ball game. So, good job by Plesac here to get the pop out from Cassis. So, 2 outs. Crone, second at bat for him, and he pops out as well. Chanul under it, and the side is finally retired, but they tacked on 8 runs, and we're down 9-0. Still plenty of baseball left, though. This is Taylor Ward at the plate, and he gets one to drop in left field, and Yoshida missed time to dive. So extra bases now for Taylor Ward. There are 2 outs, though, so gotta do the most with this, with a runner in scoring position. It's a replay of that one. Yoshida tries to lay out for it, but it goes under his glove, and that brings up Logan O'Hoppe, off to a fantastic start this season, and he gets this one perfectly struck, and this one is gone into the right field stands. Just what this team needed here in the bottom of the second. A 2-run shot will get us on the board. Exit velo just below 105. Fantastic swing there from O'Hoppe. Having a fun time batting with him in these first couple of episodes. Got an on-base and around him plenty of times already. Loving this guy so far. He's off to a better start than Mike Trout is, which is pretty difficult. So nothing happens in the 3rd or 4th innings as Taylor Ward's back at the plate here in the 5th. But a nice play at third base by Devers to get him out. Go bottom 6, 2 outs for Mike Trout, still 9-2. And Trout hammers one, but a little bit behind it, and it's around the foul pole in a bad way. The 0-1 pitch from Giolito is struck well, and Trout does get on base after all, but instead of a home run, it's a single. So cleanup batter Miguel Sano steps up to the plate and draws a walk on the high heater. So 2 men on base, 2 outs for Mickey Moniak. Heading the count here, and he sends a shot to left field, and that'll bring home Mike Trout. Back on one more to this deficit. Trying to chip our way back in this game. And on first and second, this is Drury down the third base line. Sano is sent home, and he will get there easily. Another run for Los Angeles. Don't put your rally caps on just yet, folks, but we are on our way to closing this gap. Hit by hits. That'll do it here for Giolito. Could not get through a full 6 innings. Was 1 out away before he allowed a couple of runs here, and he is relieved by Garrett Whitlock, who thus far has not had a good start to his campaign after just a couple of innings pitched. But Taylor Ward grounds it in Story with a nice little behind-the-back flip. Ends the inning here, but nice couple of runs there in the 6th, and we are not in this game yet, but we are trying to get back in. We go top of the 8th with Trevor Story at the plate, and he looks at strike 3. So Plesac has been in the game since the 2nd, and he's done a great job the entire time. Only, I think, 1 hit off of him so far. And I don't think he's really walked anybody too much either. That's Tyler O'Neill going down on strikes. Solid top of the 8th. Plesac sends another. This time it's McGuire, but he grounds out to Drury. A quick inning here, but we're going bottom 8s. Down by 5. And the offense give us some life here. Gonna have to face Justin Slayton, who has only appeared in less than 2 innings so far, so hard to say how good he's been. But Trout at the plate with 1 out, and he sends a blast to left field. He got all of it on the low fastball, and that one is scorched. Another solo shot, and close the gap a little bit further. Just short of 400 feet for the Fishman, but don't want to give any fastballs over the plate at all to him because he will do some damage. This is Miguel Sano grounding to Devers, but he pulls Casas off the bag, and Sano is safe off the air. So next up, the lefty Mickey Moniak. He grounds it to second base, but Story's pulled off the bag now, so 2 straight errors have allowed 2 base runners for LA. So 1 out and a 1-0 count for Brandon Drury at the plate. And he sends a shot to center, and that is a no-doubt home run ball. And just like that, the Angels are back in this game. It's 8-9. 432 for Drury, his 3rd home run. That ties, I believe, Mike Trout with the most on the team thus far through the first 6 games. But he got all that one and a beautiful moonshot. Then comes Kenley Jansen. Slayton's day is done. No runs allowed so far this year by Kenley Jansen, who's won 2 reliever of the year awards, excuse me. And now, ground out from Taylor Ward to get out number 2. Busy day for Devers at third base. As O'Hoppe gets a hold of one, and that one sits in left field. Way in front there on that slider, but still got on base. Zach Neto right to Trevor Story at short. Easy play at second. And we are 3 outs away from losing this game, but now we are within 1 run. Let's close it out. We're going to give Estevez another shot here as the closer. Hasn't gotten off to a great start. Has already blown one of his save opportunities, obviously, but trying to avoid that here, which this won't even count as one because we're losing the game, but so we're going to give him some playing time here, and he gets strike number 2 for Duran. 2-2 pitch, and he got him upstairs. Duran is retired on the 97-mile-per-hour heater above the zone. On Grissom, looks at strike 1. Beautiful pitch. The 1-1 is chopped and foul. Even counts, and we don't get the call from the up, but that was definitely inside. The full count for Grissom, and that could have gone either way, but would have loved a generous call there. Instead, it's a walk. So Yoshida at the plate, swinging through the 12-6 curve. Trying to go with a slider here, and that one is fouled off. 0-2, Yoshida with a flare to left. Ward comes in, and that will keep Grissom at first base for now. 2 outs here in the 9th. Rafi Devers back up. Obviously had the big 3-run homer in the second inning on Detmers before his day was over. Now facing Estevez, and looking at strike one. Another great opening pitch. 12-6 curve has been good for him thus far. Now down in the count, Devers chases a low slider, and Estevez allows nothing. Good job. So Chris Martin gets the save opportunity. He is not allowed to run either, similar to Kenley Jansen. No runs allowed thus far in the first 3 or so appearances for him this season. He'll face Nolan Schanuel first, but he grounds out right to Cases at first base for out number 1. So Rendon and Trout are our last 2 chances. There's ball 1. And now a cutter trying to paint the edge is Chris Martin. And Rendon chases that well-placed slider. Behind in the count, and he sends one to center field, but an easy one to grab for Jarren Duran. 1 out away from losing the home opener, folks, but it's Mike Trout at the plate. Can he give us some life here? He gets ahead early. Fouls off the outside slider. Ooh, generous call there. We'll take that one. Been waiting for a call like that all day long. 2-1. Popped up on the inside sinker. Trout's way behind it, and an easy grab for Cases there at first, and the Red Sox hold on to win. The rally is 1 run short, unfortunately. This was for sure a day to forget for Reed Detmers, who allowed all 9 runs that scored for Boston. So definitely a rough day. And I got to work on these strikeouts because obviously through these first 2 showcase games, we've had double-digit strikeouts and hardly any walks. So that's kind of on me. I'll do better a job of that. But we still did score some runs here, but just not enough to get the win. So we fall to 3-4 on the year, and I wanted to try and close out the series with some player luck with Logan O'Hoppe, who is obviously off to a very hot start here in his second MLB season. At least I think it's his second season, right? Pretty sure. But yeah, 423 average, OPS over 1.2, which is just absurd, but obviously it's a small handful of games, small sample size. But still trying to face the skybox with the ball coming off the hand of the pitcher. 0-2 count, and 3 pitches, 3 strikes for O'Hoppe here in the second, with the Angels up 1-0. But after this, if you look right here, I chose player lock, but it just sims right past all of his appearances, like for no reason. I'm not sure why, but it simmed the entire rest of the game despite being in player lock mode. We got the win. I think it was, what, 1-0? So very low scoring, like a soccer score, but we still got the win. But having some difficulties here with the player lock. Only 3 hits for us, 5 for Boston, but we still got the win behind a Mickey Moniak home run, which was the only run scored, obviously. But now it was time for our first week of scouting, and I wanted to focus on third baseman, center fielder, and a starting pitcher. Obviously, 2 of those are 2 of our star players with Mike Trout and Anthony Rendon. So for now, this is my week 1, scouting allotment for what we're trying to do here. But we'll go over some prospects next episode for sure, because I forgot that you have to check or click Scout New Prospect to actually see the list of prospects, so that was my bad this time around. I tried player luck again, and then the same exact thing happened before I stopped it mid-game, but by that point I was like, look, we simmed through half of it, let's just sim to the end, and we actually win this game as well, so we close out the series by winning it with a 6-5 victory. They almost came back and won there in the 8th inning, but we hold on to win by 1. Looks like Yoshida had a double and a RBI on it as well, but home runs from Miguel Sano and Taylor Ward helped us out to get the win with RBIs from Mike Trout and Rendon as well. We followed up, though, by allowing 10 runs to Tampa in each of the first 2 games in this home series. So we're going to try one last player lock game with Ohtani here in Game 3 to avoid the sweep against the Rays. So they enter at 8-4, but we get off to a really good start here in the first inning. A couple of singles and base hits, tack on 2 runs, and now Taylor Ward leads off the second with the base hits. So Ohtani checks in with the highest average as of right now on the team. Still batting 8th, but might move him up given his start to this season. Facing Zach Eflin on the first pitch. Ohtani sends it out of the field. It's gone. A 2-run blast doubles our lead. Ohtani, man. This guy is so fun to bat with. He just has so much hidden power behind all his swings, and if you strike it well, you're due for at least extra bases, man. That is awesome. His next appearance after the home run comes here, bottom of the 4th, nobody on. 2 outs, Eflin's still on the mound. Trying to get through 4 innings with a pretty low pitch count, all things considered, so this could be a key at-bat for the rest of our lineup. The 1-1 pitch is fouled off. And now the high cutter. Two strikes for Ohtani, and he chases the cutter that paints the edge. That's a really nice pitch there from Zach Eflin. Probably could have laid off there, but did not. But we're still up 4-0, which is nice. So we get through a few more innings, and we tack on another run here with a Rendon double. So 5-0 now, Angels up. Ohtani at the plate now facing Zach Littell, who is now over 30 pitches in out of the bullpen. First pitch fouled off. I always have trouble on those high fastballs. I always am late on those ones, so I got to get better at that. That one should have been well struck. Good eye there for ball 1 from Ohtani, and there's ball 2. So even counts. And, wow, that was a good pitch to swing on. Did not time it well. And now in front of the splitter. Did not see that one coming. And Ohtani's down on strikes this time. We go bottom 8. 1 out, nobody on. Still 5-0. They got the southpaw Colin Poche in now. 21,000 people here in attendance in this midday game here at Angel Stadium. And Ohtani could have done a lot more with that high slider, but instead, it is an easy out into right field for Josh Lowe. So we tack on another run, and then a 3-run blast from Trout makes it 9-0 Angels. 15 hits for us, 4 for the Rays. And are we going to get another chance here with Ohtani at the plates? 1 out left, and it looks like we are not. So 9-0 win, a shutout from the pitching staff. Ron Washington's got to love that. A nice win here against a pretty damn good Tampa team. Reed Detmers actually pitched very well, so after a horrible showing against Boston, he puts up 8 scoreless innings with 10 strikeouts, only walked 3 batters too, and only 4 hits allowed. What a day for Detmers, man. Near perfect. So we close the episode here out of this series at 6-6, but the A's, Astros, Mariners are also all around 500. The Rangers are the only team that is really, ahead of the rest of the pack. So there's a clear favorite right now for the AL West. We got to work on this pitch, man, because we have allowed a lot of runs so far through only 12 games, really. But that will do it here for the episode, folks. We're going to get our first look at some prospects next time around, and we'll probably get through about a month and a half of action if I had to guess. So from here on out, going to be a pretty quick movement through the first season here with LA, but the home opener was a close game, and now we're here at 6-6. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.